all lay our blessings on this man as he leaves the earth. He was a great man, loved by many, and may he rest in peace.
Yo, dude, let's get out of here. Your father is gone. Not where he eats, but where he is eaten.
I don't understand. How could this happen to my father? It just doesn't make sense for a good man to go. And where did he go? Be thou a spirit of health, or goblin damned, bring with thee airs from heaven or blast from hell. How can someone cease to exist? It is nor cannot come to good, but break my heart.
But you must know your father lost a father. That father lost his, and the survivor bound in filial obligation for some term due obsequious sorrow. But to persever in obstinate condolement is a course of impious stubbornness. 'Tis unmanly grief. Come, Hamlet, don't let anybody see you crying. Let's go get some food.
Really? Life isn't about food. But if life can end so quickly, then what is life really about?
Nothing. As my father once said, Alexander died, Alexander was buried, Alexander returneth to dust. The dust is earth, of earth we make loam, and why of that loam whereto he was converted might they not stop a beer barrel? Imperious Caesar, dead and turned to clay, might stop a hole to keep the wind away. Oh, that earth which kept the world and should patch such a wall to expel the winter's flaw.
That can't be. I refuse to believe life is meaningless and there is nothing after death. Hello, Father. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I was hoping I could speak to you privately.
Of course. I imagine you have lots of emotions and questions running through your mind right now. Anyway, I'm here to give you God's answer.
Well, I'm just a little confused. How does praying work? Is my Father in heaven? Can I speak to him?
Unfortunately, that's not quite how it works. Your father is doomed for a certain time to walk the night, for the day confined to fasts and fires, till the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. His soul can be sprung early from purgatory by a priest's prayers, of course, and he will be sent for judgment. Once God says his sins are burned off, and he is fit for season for passage, only then will he ascend to heaven.
But why does my Father have to suffer for this long?
To avoid suffering, you must confess yourself to heaven, repent what's past, and avoid what is to come. Your father did not get a chance to before his death.
He was a great man, and I know he lived for something. How can it be that only a priest's prayers control his soul now? We shouldn't live to free those already dead, and to save ourselves for after our own death. There has to be something worth doing now. Ah, hell, why am I burning? I hate this. Ah. Dad, what are you doing in hell? Dad, let me pull you out of the fire. Dad. Why suffer this any longer? Why not take my life if it is so meaningless? Or am I doomed to suffer? To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is noble in the mind to suffer, the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep. No more, and by sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep perchance to dream. Aye, there is the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. Who would fardels bear, to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country, from whose bourne no traveller returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. But no, if I kill myself, they say we'll have no chance at reaching heaven. They say, here lies the water, good. Here stands the man, good. If the man goes to this water and drowns himself, it is, well, he goes, mark you that. But if the water come to him and drown him, he drowns not himself. Our rule. He that is not guilty of his own death shortens not his own life.
Honey, are you okay? I heard you scream for something. Do you have another nightmare about your father's death? I'll take that.
Ugh. Yes, Mom. I'm just so distraught with the different opinions I have been getting about what we have to live for and what is left for us after death. First, I hear life is meaningless, but that just can't be true. And then the priest tells me we must help my father get out of purgatory through prayers so he doesn't spend 1 or even 2,000 years in burning fires. We must have something now in our lives to live for, otherwise I could just kill myself right here and now. There must be a divinity that shapes our end, other than paying off others' sins.
Dear Hamlet, please settle down. You're being way too irrational and not thinking clearly because of all of this grief.
Plot whereon the numbers cannot try the cause, which is not the tomb enough, and continent to hide the slain. Oh, from this time forth my thoughts be bloody, or be nothing worth.
Calm down. You're getting way too hot-headed about a nightmare. You know there's something to live for in this life. You yourself just mentioned it in that rant of yours. I'll leave you to think. Good night, sweet prince, and flights of angels sing thee to think.
No, my father's life was not worthless. I know that because he changed my life. Life is not worthless. I must live for a purpose, like my father did. I have to get out of here. I have to clear my mind. Dumb dead dog tripped me. There's another. Why may not that be the skull of a dog? Why? Where he, his quiddities now, his quilities, his cases, his tenures, and his tricks, the very conveyances of his lands, will scarcely lie in this box, and must the inheritor himself have no more. Ha. But wait, what's this? I recognize this. It's Yorick's old collar, my long-lost dog. Poor little thing, ran away to his death. Was it starvation? And does it matter? All is lost now. Poor dog. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him. A fellow of infinite jest. Of most excellent fancy. He hath bore me on his back 1,000 times. And now, how abhorred in my imagination it is, my gorge arises at it. Here hung those ears that I have kissed, I know not oft how. Where be your gibes now, your gambols? I remember the games of fetch, the belly scratches, the laughs, the silly puppyhood. It brings back so many fond memories of my father. Rest in peace, faithful Yorick. I can now have closure and remember our past, our good times and friendship. We are both at peace.
Go.
Off.
And he is fit. Click the screen because it.
The earth of what? Maggie, I can't see.
He was a great man. Oh my gosh. Did it start?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Said go.
Oh.
Go.
It went black. To be or not to be? Sorry. Yes, sorry. I'm so distraught. I know which one it is if I look at it.
I think this is a video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't see that.
Get closer, get closer.
What do we live for? Stop doing that.